On Monday, May 31st, in the Ontario legislature, a great act of duplicity and political theater was perpetrated on the people of Ontario. A motion was passed in the legislature by less than 50% of the elected members. 36 people voted to continue and to extend the Premier's dictatorial, arbitrary, and unilateral emergency powers for another 7 months until December 1st of this year. 22 members voted against that motion. However, 66 members failed to show up. And it's important to realize the Ontario legislature altered its House rules to ensure that all members could vote on every motion, on every bill during COVID. We changed the rules to permit members to vote in the lobbies, being socially distanced rather than at their desks and having a roll call, which has been the historical method of voting. But 66 chose not to. But there was also a secondary manner in which happened during this vote. And that is, it was an act of collusion between the government House leaders of the Conservative Party, the NDP Party, and the Liberal Party. They purposely colluded to ensure that the vote would pass. Had the NDP, in all honesty, had all their members there, they would have defeated this motion. But they purposely kept their members away. And let's not forget, on May 22nd, just over a week earlier, the Premier announced his Reopening Ontario plan, his 3-step plan, which failed to actually articulate a free and open Ontario. A 3-step plan for additional or changing restrictions on our freedoms, but no step to actually get Ontario back to normal or a free and functional society. He announced that reopening plan on May 22nd. Just 2 days earlier, on May 20th, his Solicitor General, Sylvia Jones, introduced this motion to extend his authority and his emergency powers until December. The people of Ontario need to wake up and see what is happening in our democracy. All our parties, our government, are engaging in optics and political theater and are distorting and perverting our representative democracy. To suggest that we have a reopening plan on one day and on the next extend their emergency powers, and then to have more than 50% of the elected representatives fail to show up for the vote, is not just a travesty. This is a perversion of democracy, and it demonstrates that for the last 15 months, we have been in a political crisis in Ontario, not a health crisis. Call your members, phone your members, email your members, and tell them that in a democracy, elected representatives must vote and act upon the best interests of their constituents and not be engaged in political theater and duplicitous behavior. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you share it with your friends, tag your friends, share it with others, and let's get a functional representative democracy back in Ontario.